Really appreciate everybody coming out today. We have a weekend full of stuff, so let's get started right away. First off, if you guys didn't know, I have to introduce myself? Yeah. Okay. Who are you? I'm Matt Brewer. I'm one of the organizers of the Southwest Ohio GiveCamp. One of the organizers. No more higher than, or lower than anybody else. So I'll introduce the others here in the slide. I'll introduce myself on the slide camera. Anyway, the biggest thing about this weekend is there's 15 other cities that are running give camps this weekend. So we're part of a national give camp. And if you see the others, we have one running in London too. So just so you know, when you're here working through all your stuff, there's 15 other cities of people doing this very same thing. So you're not the only ones.
Got me transferred to Orlando?
Sure, we're not going to pay for the plane ticket, but yeah, go ahead.
That was your choice to be here instead of there.
That's right. That's right. So, all right, here's the goals for the weekend. Number one, provide something useful for each charity. So it doesn't matter where you get to. We just hope that you have one thing useful. You might not meet every one of your goals, but strive to at least meet one useful thing. Hopefully everybody's here because they either want to learn something or want to learn a new skill. Obviously that's not our main goal for the weekend, but hopefully you'll leave here with having some set of new skill or improve your skills. We do know that there's people here that have a lot of experience that will be helping other people build their skills too. So hopefully that's something that is important. When I go right here, this freaks me out. Because the audio. Anyway,
Let's get up.
meet new people. Hopefully everybody on teams will be on a team with somebody they've never met before. So you'll meet other developers and web designers and other technologists in our great two cities, Dayton and Cincinnati, and you actually get to network and meet some new people around that you may not have met otherwise. And obviously the last one is have fun. This is the thing I keep telling myself because I'm freaking out. But anyway, try to have as much fun as you can. That's what it's all about. Getting together, coding with some people, like people. You know, we all love getting together and geeking out. Let's have a good time. So here's the Give Camp committee for this year. I won't read down everybody's name, but I'll point out the people I know are here. We got Eric Schwartz. He's our charity coordinator. Awesome job. Andrew Swirlick also helped out on the charity team. Andy Douglas helped out on the charity team.
Ernie's hiding.
Ernie is hiding back behind there. There's Ernie. He's our website guy. Don't get too mad at him. We got Ryan Cromwell over here. I'm sorry, Ernie Scorman. I didn't say Ernie's last name. Ryan Cromwell. He's my right-hand man. Ryan is right-hand man. Either way you go. Brandon Stentz is right there. He helped out at the beginning of the year. Who else is here? Anyway, thank you. Saganthi and Peggy are outside. They're the ones checking you in. They're waving back there. So anybody you see with these bright green T-shirts on are organizers. So if you have an issue with anything, you come and find a bright green T-shirt, and we will solve your issue within 5 minutes. Is that the SLA?
Money back.
Cool. I need a beer.
Really? 5 minutes. We can do that. Here's all our wonderful sponsors this year, and what I was told is, as we had a lot of people rolling at the end, we started running out of room on this slide, which is awesome. These people are the reason why you're getting fed, and we have this awesome facility here. Obviously, Miami's at the top there, helping us out to get this facility. But please remember these people. You'll be seeing more of their stuff throughout the weekend, but they are definitely the reason why we can do this. So, and we want to give a special thank you, like I mentioned, to the Miami University staff. Brad's back here taking pictures. He's the IT guy here, going to help out and get us all our stuff. And then Rod Nims was instrumental in getting us this place again this year, along with last year. So we want to thank them. And then we also want to thank the Leadership Council for Human Services. They are our fiscal sponsor, so we didn't have to go get nonprofit status. So they're helping us out with all our bills and stuff like that. So All right, contact information. If you want to put us on your Twitter feed, you can, there's our @WS Ohio GiveCamp. Use the hashtag SWOGC. No date, because dates, you're not supposed to put dates on hashtags. And we have a Flickr photo tag we will put a date on that because we plan on obviously having pictures every year we do this. So if you put anything on Flickr, make sure you tag it with SWOGC 2011. Big thing to remember, that number will also post it on the doors, and I think it's on the flyer we handed out. That is our hotline. It's a Google Voice number that will hit an organizer. If another organizer doesn't answer, it'll hit the next organizer. If you guys need anything where you can't find a green shirt at any time, which we all plan to be here during and have coverage, but if you can't find anybody, make sure you call that number and it will ring one of our phones. And remember that the doors will lock at 9. I think your sheets say they lock at 11, but I'm going to change the sheet. So they will lock at 9. If you leave the building after 9, the doors will lock behind you. There'll be signs on the doors with the security guard's telephone number. So you get back in, just call the guard. But you have to have one of these after 9. If you don't have this on, the guard's not going to let you in. Okay? And then the doors will open again at 7 a.m. and then open access until 9 tomorrow night. And then we'll lock it down. And then obviously at midnight, do we have a schedule? Okay. Before I get into that, here's the schedule. So here we are, 6 o'clock. We're doing open ceremonies. We're going to have 7 o'clock dinner. It might be a little later than that. I won't stop talking. And then right after dinner, you get together and start building your stuff. 8 o'clock, we're going to have continental breakfast sponsored by Synergy. It's going to be Panera, bagels, things like that. Right before lunch, 11:45, we have group picture. 12 p.m. lunchtime. 5 p.m. dinner, which is pizza. And then we'll have snacks at 9. And then, this doesn't say it up here, but at midnight, we're getting kicked out of the building. So this year, we don't have overnight access between midnight on Saturday into Sunday until 7 on Sunday morning. And the reason we had to do that is because the security guard costs a lot of money overnight. And we talked about it. As of last year, pretty much every team had left here around midnight to 1 o'clock, and this place was empty. And there was a security guard sitting there with nobody here. So we decided that to save money, we're going to shut down. Now, hopefully you guys will be at a point where you feel comfortable coming back in at 7. If not, hopefully somebody will say, hey, let's go home and I'll remote in and we'll continue doing stuff. I don't know. But
We'll do it at the house.
Yeah, there we go.
Take it to the bars.
But probably by that time, you guys, what we saw last year is everybody was pretty much at the point where they felt like they were pretty good, had some touch-up stuff, and they wanted to go home anyway because they'd already spent the whole night here the night before. So I hope it doesn't cause a big issue. But anyway, at 8 a.m. we're going to have breakfast again. The doors open at 7. So you can be back here at 7, get in, we'll have breakfast at 8. We're asking the team leads to do some kind of training between 9 and 3. And you don't have to do it right at 9 if you're not ready, but we have the training room back over here off to this side of the building that you guys can go into and train your charities. I have lunch at noon, and then 3 o'clock, we're going to start the closing ceremonies. Closing ceremonies where the charities will actually get to see what you guys have done. They'll have seen it already, but they'll be able to react to it with everybody here again. So. All right, a couple rules. This facility is smoke-free, so that even means you can't actually stand outside and smoke. You have to go into your car. So no smoking anywhere inside or outside the building. Once again, building access is limited at night. All those numbers on the door to get back in if you get locked out. And please remember to try to clean up after yourself as much as possible. We have custodial services that are coming in and cleaning up for us, but once again, this place is pretty much being provided at very low cost. So if at all possible, clean up your areas and get everything, back to normal. If you guys need trash cans or whatever, come find one of us. We'll bring them in the rooms and you can clean up after stuff. All right, here's a room map. Everybody is on this side of the building, all down there. So we have, you can read, but we have 4C for children in 122, they have to have humanity. 127 has Bethany House, Camp Joy, Santa Maria, and 128 is Coca, Greater Dayton Lawyers and Parachute. 123, which is right next to 128 there, is our command center. So if you guys need us, we'll probably be in there if we're not in the rooms with you guys. So if you need to find somebody, come in there. The restrooms are between 122 and 127 in the middle there. And the food will be set up in the hallway between 122 and 127 and 128. So we plan to have everything. I don't know if you guys were here last year, you know, we had people down in 111 down here, and we had all our command central here. But we plan to basically stay in this side of the building this year until the closing ceremonies where we'll come back. With that, I'm done.
You're done.
It's Eric. Eric Schwartz is going to introduce all the charities and have people.
Okay. Just everybody give an overview, just so they know what everybody else is doing. We've asked each charity to give less than 5-minute introduction of what their charity is and a brief introduction of the project. Some of you in this room are not on projects yet because we had to figure out who didn't show up and fill in those holes. If there's a project you hear now on a project, say, hey, I'd really like to do that. They could keep that name in mind so that way we can probably plug you into those projects sort of thing. So with that, we'll start with the first charity. I got my list over here. First up is Dayton Habitat for Humanity, and Liz Kelly is their representative.
My 5 minutes start from when you finished humanity. I'm Liz Kelly. I'm from Dayton, Ohio Habitat for Humanity. We're in Dayton, Ohio, obviously. We like to say we serve as a hand up, not a handout for families in Montgomery County. So families apply to us to be a partner family. We put them through some classes in home ownership. And nutrition and all kinds of other stuff so they can be the best homeowner they can be. Once they move in, they have a mortgage on their home, and they pay that, and that goes back into our revolving fund to continue building more homes. So that's the short version of Habitat's mission. If you look at our lovely website, it needs a new look. So we're very excited to have a new look for our website that's more functional, easier for us to maintain, and will be better for anybody looking for information, because right now our website is a hot mess trying to find anything, trust me. So we're really excited, and thank you all for volunteering for the weekend. Even if you're not on our project, thank you so much.
Thank you. And the team lead for that project is Mike there. Mike, you put your hand up so people that are on your team can know who you are. So next up, we have Greater Dayton Volunteer Lawyers. The representative for that is Alenka Markowitz.
Hey, we were saved. I was taking an answer. Thank you very much. And let me echo what was just said. Thank you all. This is a wonderful thing you do for charities. Volunteer Lawyers Project, we've been around for 22 years. We have, in 22 years, provided more than $11 million in pro bono civil legal services to people who can't afford or don't have access to the legal system in the Miami Valley. We actually cover 7 counties, not just Montgomery County. This year alone, attorneys have donated more than $1 million in services. Obviously, a lot of our work is in foreclosure, a lot of family law, custody, visitation, child support. And I have found, I am not an attorney, but I have found in the 22 years I've been working with this project, I literally worked with the attorneys who created it, that attorneys are very generous in giving of their time. And if not for that, people wouldn't have access to the legal system that they do. And our website, like many others I'm sure, is outdated, needs a lot of help. We're hoping to create a private page so that we can find a more efficient way of working with young attorneys who no longer like email, snail mail, telephone calls. We're hoping that maybe we can create something where they can look at cases and choose what they'd like to work on. So thank you.
And the team lead for that project is Ken Baum. Ken, put your hand up so you know who you are if you're on that team. Next up, we have 4C for Charity, Children, and Terry Alexander is the representative for that organization.
Hello, everyone. And I'll just say again, like you guys have already said, thank you all for doing this and being here. It's a great help to us. I work for 4C for Children. We have an office in Dayton, Cincinnati, and in Northern Kentucky. We serve 23 counties. And the types of services we provide is we provide free referrals to parents who are looking for childcare, trying to connect them to childcare that meets their needs. We also work with childcare providers with helping them continue to improve quality within their programs, whether it's family childcare or you work in a center. We advocate for child issues within the state of Ohio and Kentucky. And we also administrate part of the child and adult care food program for our Ohio clients. And the part that we're needing help with is on our website, our Director of Development has wanted to accept donations and things online, and we have a donate page, but it doesn't really have the functionality that she would like to have, and so we've asked our team to come up with a way for us to have donations and to collect that information and process it through our payment gateway. So, thank you.
Barry Novak is the team lead for that project. So next up is Bethany House Services. Debbie Chapman is their representative.
I have to laugh because I was expecting to be first, because usually when you're the first letter, when the first letter of the alphabet, you go first, and then I
They were
always
just
say,
random order. Didn't
yeah, and then I always say that because, well, I want to see what everyone else says first, but now I have to kind of repeat everything, but I want to thank everyone for being here this weekend too, and I know even as an employee of Bethany House, you know, I would rather in some ways be doing something else, but I'm very happy that you're doing this because Bethany House is a passion of mine. I've been working there about 13 years, but one of the things, we're a social service agency, and we're here local in Cincinnati, but we have people that come. We have people come on buses from anywhere, but for the most part, it's the Cincinnati, greater Cincinnati community. But one of the plans that our services that everyone knows the most about is our emergency shelter for homeless women and children. And but we do have other services. We have transitional housing for families. We have transitional housing for single women. We have 24 apartments with affordable, housing. It's under the, the regular market rate, so families can live there for a cheaper rate. But anyway, we do literacy. We teach them different kinds of skills, life skills training, and we do a lot of different things. And one of the things I'm hoping about our website, which I think it's a fairly good website, but it just needs to be updated. I'd like to have a different look and have better functionality and things like that. But I think one of the things I really want to do too is really show how we're not just, people call it the Bethany House. They think of just the shelter itself being the Bethany House because we do a lot of things, and so I'm really hoping that the website will portray that in a better way than it does right now. So I really do appreciate all your help here, and thank you so much for being here this weekend.
Sam Corder is the team lead for that project. Next up, we have Camp Joy, and Nate Kiert is the representative for that organization.
Hey everybody, Camp Joy, we're in Clarksville, Ohio, in between Wilmington and Lebanon, a small little farm up north there. And we got started in the 30s when Cincinnati had a horrible flood back in the day, and the rec center downtown Cincinnati got destroyed, and we needed a place for kids to go have some fun. So they decided they want to start Camp Joy to get kids outside. And since then, we have grown our organization to serve about 16,000 people a year. With 3 different departments. We have a leadership and development program, which serves corporate adults and organizations that come out and play in the woods to develop themselves as better leaders or as better teams. We also serve outdoor education, where we have about 60 client schools from Toledo down to Lexington that come to us for 2.5-day overnight residential camp programs, using us as a land lab to facilitate the learnings of science and social studies lessons. As well, our mission-based program, which is to help people grow and succeed through lifelong experience-based learning, which is our inner-city kids. We still have the summer camp, Camp Joy, which serves both underprivileged inner-city youth as well as medical camps, has grown as well. This project here, I work with a school program, and for years we've been taking kids in the woods, and we've got some really cool fossil creeks, and the kids love to explore and to see these awesome, cool things that lived back in the Ordovician time period. And we used to have some fun little pictures, and they'd match the shape, and yeah, and they could read a little bit about it, hopefully. Sometimes they hand a kid something shiny and they glaze over. We tried to then upgrade to have some dichotomous keys to put a little more scientific aspect to it, so that kids not only learned the pattern recognition, but also would break down the elements of what made that fossil different from others. And lately we've been trying to upgrade our technology, and we bought some iPod Touches, and it's amazing when you put technology in kids' hands how much they really do focus on that. So this project is hopefully going to enable our kids to identify through dichotomous keys what these wonderful things are. So we could not do this without you guys. We're so appreciative. Thank you. Thank you.
Michael, team leader, yeah. There you are.
Send him back. Send him back.
So next up, we have Council on Child Abuse, and Eve Pearl is their representative.
Hi, I'm thrilled to be here, and we're very honored that we were selected as a recipient of her services, and we are especially grateful to Engage for making us aware of this. Engage Partners has been very supportive of us in many ways, and this is just another way that they got us involved. The Council on Child Abuse has been in existence since 1978. We provide prevention services throughout the community. We go as far north as Dayton. So there are some synergies here. And we have three main programs that we provide to the community. One is our PASI program, which stands for Protected Comfort Infants. And that's where we do educational awareness programming, and we're in area hospitals. And we talk to parents and all caregivers about the normalcy of crying and about the dangers of shaking, and talk to them about coming up with a plan for what you're going to do when baby you are taking care of won't stop crying. So we distribute about 25,000 packets a year to mothers of newborns at all area hospitals. Our second program is our community-based awareness program, where we're out doing presentations, anything from what I call a 15-minute awareness presentation to a 6-hour required training, where we talk about parenting issues or child abuse issues or peer abuse issues. And we do about 100 presentations a year and serve about 2,500 people through that program. The program that is our largest program in terms of intensity and really impact, and relates to the program that is going to be affected this weekend by the work that's going to be done for us, is what we refer to as our school-based personal safety program. And that's a program where we're out in the community addressing child abuse and peer abuse issues for kids in grades pre-K all the way to 12th grade. Last year, for instance, we served 52 different school buildings and almost 17,000 kids, I believe. And we do different presentations, classroom by classroom, teaching them specific skills and safety rules. And we also provide an opportunity for them to disclose anything that's happening to them. And you would think, you know, that we're virtual strangers, but the staff is so well trained and so engaging that they get kids to actually disclose some secrets that they've been keeping, you know, for years. And, you know, if time allows later on, we have some statistics that, you know, our group can share with you about some of those disclosures. One of the things that we started doing, Jim Basinius is out of Columbus, and he is the person that really taught us about this anonymous peer survey. And this is a survey that's distributed in schools, and the kids fill out this whole form, and they tell us what kids are bullying in the school. And a lot of times schools and administrators know about it, but sometimes they don't. And so they help identify some kids that are being targeted and kids that are bullying. And we take that information and we give it back to the school, and based on that, there's some recommendations that we can make to the school. And it's very involved and very intense. And when we had this opportunity we realized, and I think Michael thought that we were in the dark ages, it's like he knew we did good work, but the way we go about doing this is really so old-fashioned. And so we're so delighted because the project is going to involve them in a way for the kids to be able to go online and do this versus the paper trail, and also to help us tally the results as well as get the information to provide the reports to the schools. So we're thrilled and excited, and thank you so much for giving up your week on behalf of all of these wonderful agencies. Thanks.
Thank you. And Michael Kroger back there in the back is ready for that project. Next up, we have Santa Maria Community Services. June Craterman is their representative.
Hello, everybody. We're really excited to be here. We were on the waiting list, and then we're really excited to hear that we made it. Santa Maria Community Services is an pretty old agency. We were founded in 1897 by Sisters of Charity, and those are the sisters who also founded the Good Samaritan Hospital, so that we can make the connection. We started as a settlement house for the Italian immigrants, and we developed through the years, and now we have so many programs that sometimes it's really hard to describe all of them. We serve primarily Price Hill area in Cincinnati. We serve underserved population in Price Hill, and we have several programs such as early childhood development, youth development program, Meals on Wheels, wellness program, affordable housing and financial education seeds a lot program. What else? We do a lot. In 2008, we underwent the rebranding of our agency, and our newer and better website was created at that time. But right now, we decided to make as much as we can out of it, make it more efficient and useful and working for us. So we didn't have the search or sitemap capability on the website. Right now, we want to add that capability. We are also thinking of adding a password-protected area for board members so that we don't distribute those huge board manuals for them. They can go online and find all the materials. Yes, and also we want to know as much as possible about those who come to our website and probably use Google Analytics or have us people teach us how to use them. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. We are very grateful to all of you. We're very excited to be here, both among wonderful charities and our wonderful volunteers. Thank you.
As Nune alluded, we had about 20 people sign up in the last month, so they were on the waiting list, so they just got added. So,
Thank you for signing up.
Sudin Verghese, he got thrown in, about 2 weeks ago as the team lead for this, so he hasn't had quite as much start as some of the other team leads, but he's the lead for this project. Last up for charities, we have Parachute, which is Tanya Buchanan, who's the representative.
Hi, like everyone else, I'm very glad to be here. I've heard about a lot of these agencies and been fortunate enough to have worked with them over the years. I've worked at Parachute for 21 years, and what we do is we train volunteers to work with children who are in juvenile court for child abuse and neglect. So all of our children are victims of child abuse and have an open case with Children's Services. We're fortunate in that our staff trains and recruits, trains, and supervises volunteers to make sure that the children do not get lost in the bureaucracy. Juvenile court is a government agency, enough said, and we want to make sure these kids don't get lost in that system. Interestingly enough, our website has got caught up in the system itself. It's been hosted through the county, and we've had little access to it. So we can't update it, we can't change it. For example, it still has our 20-year sticker on it from 2 years ago. And no one seems to know how to get it off. Because we're a nonprofit and the county kind of got it up there for us,
They got it up there and I said, okay, you're done, that's all you really need. And as we know, that doesn't work. So Steve has already helped us to get our own name, yay! So we're very excited about that. But we really want to make our website fluid. We want to keep it up to date. We want to tell our success stories and be able to empower people to feel like they can get involved and that they can make a difference for abused kids. So we're very excited about being here, and thank you all. This is such a valuable service to nonprofits. Our budgets are so tight right now. We need this desperately, and this is something that we cannot afford. So as everyone else has said, thank you for giving up your weekends. It is truly appreciated by the nonprofits.
Steve Lyle is project lead for that one. So, a couple logistics items yet, and I'm not sure if food's here yet or not.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet, okay.
So stretch. I guess I went too fast. Imagine that.
We can replay this.
That's true. You want me to go back up there and do it again?
Stand up.
Oh, yeah. I think
Matt, we changed the schedule slightly. They're not every 2 hours.
Yeah.
For stand up for
We're-
2 minutes.
We'll come tell you.
We'll have a little, our first stand-up will decide how often we're gonna do stand-ups. How about that? Because I know last year, I think it was a little bit too often at the end there,
What
so.
time is the first one? 8?
The first one's at 10 tonight, so definitely have that one, and after that, we'll have a discussion about, when we wanna have more stand-ups.
Okay. Next item on the list is a job board. If team leads or anybody on the team, if there's something they can't solve, don't have other skills to do, in the organizer's room on the corner of the whiteboard, we have a job board. If there's something you need us to find, someone that can do something for you, come in, write it on the board. Us as organizers will see if other people here have skills. Last year we even called out and I had to set up a conference call with somebody else that had skills to do it. We'll see what we can do to help you. So that's a job that you don't have the skills to solve. That's what the job board is for. Call me list. That is, you're here, don't have a whole lot more to do in the project, want to go home mow the grass or whatever, we'd say, hey, if someone needs help, call me, I'll come back. Come, we'll put your name on the board in there, have your phone number or whatever. If we find something that someone needs your help, we'll call you so you can come back. So it's volunteer if you want. Other thing Matt already talked about, was it 6 or 7? Because you said
7.
7?
Yeah. Whoops.
Close Saturday night.
You can show up at 6.
Yeah. Close Saturday night at 12 a.m. Reopens at 7. Don't show up at 6 or wait in the parking lot for an hour. So I think that's it. I don't think I can stretch for 10 more minutes until
Sure.
food gets here. So some of you that are on teams already, you can probably go meet your team, get your stuff. We'll gather you up once the food's there. If you're not on a team, stay in here. We're going to figure out what holes of people didn't show up, what skills you have, match you up with the teams that need more people. So that's the plan right now. So we'll get you on a team shortly. If you're not on a team, don't worry, you're still needed. So with that, go ahead and dismiss. If you don't know where you're at, stay here. We'll try to